Hey Aiden, welcome to your swing video. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Since you joined the team a little late, what I would absolutely recommend you do is since you found your way here to this YouTube video, I would go to the playlist button and go down and watch some of the other guys' swings and stuff and learn from them. I'm not going to do a comparison against a pro here like I did with them, but I am going to break your swing down. And like I said, I would definitely recommend taking a look at those other videos. Watch the videos of the pros and see what they do, and this will make a lot more sense what I'm instructing you on here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go forward here. A couple things right off the bat is I would like to see, I like how I like your stance here because you got 60% of your weight here, roughly 40% of your weight here. That's good. That's a good start. Okay, so we're going to go forward. And another thing I want to show you right off the bat, though, is I want you to notice how locked out your knees, both of your knees are right here. You're standing completely leg locked, and that can present some problems, which we'll address going forward. Because what will happen is, rather than starting with a little flex in your knees, like I'd like to see you start looking like that already, because what that causes you to do is have a little bit of wasted motion. That's called a hitch. Anything that causes a waste of motion and efficiency in the swing is called a hitch. That qualifies as a hitch because you're having now to drop down, and let me show you what that does. It's causing your head. A little bit of head movement is not bad. A little bit, a little bit of the head dropping downward is not bad, but it's unnecessary, and we want to take that out of the swing. So anyway, notice there, see, it causes you to drop. So now you're having to play catch up because of that little hitch. Now the ball is coming near you. See the ball coming into play right there? It's a little blurry, but it causes you to be late. See, look, you're behind the ball here, and so that way you can't finish with authority. You can't stroke through the ball. You're kind of in a defensive posture. So anyway, we're going to go forward. That's an easy fix. Right here, like we talked about with your hands, I want to see your hands very loose right here. No death grip on the bat, because what will happen is if you're holding it too tight, that's going to make you stiff. Tension in the swing is a killer. No matter what the swinging sport is, tension in the swing is a killer. So keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to go forward here. I like your stride into the ball. You're starting nice and narrow. That gives you somewhere to go, and you'll see that in the other videos where I talk about that. So I like the stride. You're striding into the ball. That looks good. That's a good job. But what I want you to pay attention to is you're going from a stride into a slide. What a slide is see where the hips and the body just keep coming forward, coming forward, coming forward. That's called a slide. You're sliding through the swing. So what you want to do is just stop right there. That's all you should do. After that leg plants, that forward momentum going this way should now be over with. Once you get to their plant, you're done with your stride there. Now what I want to see happening is the belt buckle taking over. This leg then will start to stiffen because it's firmly planted into the ground. The belt buckle should take over, and all that should be here is just spinning those hips, cranking that belt buckle towards the target, in this case towards the pitcher. And as you can, it's a little tough to see because you're wearing the black on black, but you can see that your belt buckle never really takes over, and it's very late in the action, so that's going to cause you to be late. Okay, and then one more thing here. Everything looks good to this point. Work on that hip slide. One thing I'm going to have you notice here, though, is what you want to do is maintain bend in your arm. See how you got your bend here? That's good stuff. That's what we want. But notice how you unload because you're dropping down and not posting. You're sliding. So what that's causing you to do is now you're straightening out too early. See this? See how your arms have gone from this position to very quickly, they now go to locked out. When you're locked out already, that means you've spent any potential power that you had in those bent arms. They've already unfolded and collapsed, so there's not going to be any force behind your body. You want to stay connected to your power source. Your power source is right here close to your body. You want to keep those hands close to your body. Stay connected to the power source. That's called a power leak. Right there, that's a leak. So you want to keep those hands close as long as you can. Do your stride. Then let the arms unfold naturally. Why are they going to unfold naturally? Because your hips will have taken over. This leg will start to straighten. You're going to be cranking towards the pitcher. And then the bat will just have to come through. You don't want to swing it like a hatchet or like an axe. You want to just let it come through very soft hands, and maintain this bend. Easy fixes. All that's easy fixes, and you'll really learn, I think, from this video. So what we're going to do here, Also, it's going to show you that because you slid so much, you're going to have a hard time finishing. Look how abbreviated your follow through is. See, you're spent right there pretty much. You don't want to be spent there. You want to be spent back here all the way. Let me put a other line on there. You want to be cranking all the way through to a big finish, so that bat can easily wrap around that back and your bat, and you're facing the pitcher. But if you eliminate that slide though, that looks pretty good. You're holding a pose. You'll see that in the other videos where I talk about striking a pose. You've done some things right here because the back foot is always an indicator. If you've done things correctly and you're pouring through your hip, that back foot will come along for the ride. You don't really want to drag it like that so much. You just want to turn, turn, turn. The reason the foot is having to drag forward goes back to this, the slide. See that foot? Your body's sliding through so much that look what happens. You've done nice there. Turn, turn, turn. But then because you slid, the foot drags forward. So anyway, just clean those things up a little bit. We're going to look behind you real quick here, and we're going to watch Griff swing since he's right there behind you. And he's got a little head start on you on studying this stuff. But I want you to notice he's got bend in his knees. You can see it there. Nice bend in his knees, so he's flexible. He's being cat-like. He's ready to spring. He's not already stiffened out. Okay, so what he does here is he's going back to his load position. He's going into his step. He's planting his foot there. So now let's see if he does it. He's going to start cranking with the belt buckle. That's good stuff. And notice how he only goes to that point right here because he's planted. And now he's committing here to the twist. He's not continuing to slide through. See that? So he's staying under control. And what is really cool about that is watch this motion with the bat. Look how nice and delayed that bat is. His arms, he's maintaining the bend in his arms as long as possible. See that? It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it. He's maintaining that bend in his arms, so he's got all that stored potential power. And another thing I want you to notice here, watch his head control. He's not dropping down a great deal. He's only dropping down about an inch, which is good. He's got that stored power from his bent arms, and notice that bat lag. Look how he's got all that potential energy still to go. And watch his hips take over. You can really watch the action in his back legs. Watch the action in that back foot. It's not sliding. It's not dragging. Just turning, turning, turning. And look at his finish there. Look how big that finish is. He comes off with one hand, which is just fine, which tells me he's poured through, strikes a pose, holds his pose. That's control. So let's go back real quick. And just to reinforce that, we're going to go back and look at your finish. Be conscious of those arms not straightening out there. Keep your bend. Now your arm is going to start straightening out. And that's when you want that arm to start straightening out and finish in a big wide arc. Go back and watch Griff's finish. Watch that. Boom. Through. Finish. Still committing, still committing, still committing. Hips still working. All the way to a finish. Anyway, keep up the good work. Watch all the videos that you can, study up, and we'll hammer it home going forward.